let's talk about WWE 2K23 and my impressions of the game after getting hands-on experience, thanks to the team at 2K UK. I was one of the first in the world to try out the new WWE game at an early preview session down in London. After a quick briefing, we went to the bunker to try out the game. The build we had access to was super limited, so I can't go entirely into every mode or superstar in the game. However, I did get a chance to play 2 of the John Cena showcase levels, a few matches of Wargames and a host of one-on-ones, and half a Royal Rumble. Let's start with showcase and the mode I may be looking forward to the most. A quick recap of this mode is this is a showcase of big matches throughout John Cena's career in which he's lost because this year. Unlike previous times, this mode has been included. You'll play against Cena trying to defeat him. I'll link a video below explaining this mode in more detail. So how was it? Well, I jumped in and started playing and couldn't work out why I wasn't hitting my objectives. Then I realized I wasn't Cena over the years. I've played so often as him that I naturally just thought I was him at that moment. It was an odd but amusing mindset shift, and once I got going, I enjoyed beating him. There are a host of differences with the mode this time, not just that you play as the opponents, but there's a change to the HUD, the way the game shifts between real footage and gameplay, as well as the feel of the superstars. The shift between footage is best seen visually. In 2K22, it was apparent when you were swapping between, and it felt more forced than seamless. In 2K23, however, it's so much more seamless, which was a vast improvement for me in terms of the feel of the superstars. One of the biggest things is that you can, in a sense, feel how heavy the superstars are. The pacing of movement of the superstars makes heavier and larger stars feel less fast-paced around the ring. This sluggish feeling also occurs when your stamina is lower or you're very worn down midway through the fight. It feels much harder to move. Don't get me wrong, it's not more difficult, just that there is a much greater sense of the tiredness or pace of the superstar at the moment based on their conditions. When I get more time hands-on, I'll be able to experience and try this out with other superstars. But from the time I got it was clear they've worked to improve this sense of realism. Rewards are still a thing within the mode, so it'll be worth playing through the showcase even if you're not usually a fan. Regarding which matches are included, as mentioned, my build was limited to just 2 Rob Van Dam from June 11th, 2006 and Kurt Angle from June 27th, 2002. Kurt Angle is my favourite of the two. But that's only because Cena kept beating me when I was Rob Van Dam. The final thing I want to say about the showcase is it feels really nice for it to be commentated by Cena, and this isn't just the voiceovers or clips seen in the cutscenes, but the wording of the challenges are as if he was setting them, which felt like a nice touch. Let's switch gears and talk about Wargames. First up, what is it and how do you play? 2 teams battle it out in 2 side-by-side rings within 1 cage. At intervals, members will enter the match. Once all are in, the wargame officially begins. Once in a match, you'll start your one-on-one in the left ring, and you'll be tasked with tiring down your opponents, surviving the time until all superstars are in the ring, and then being the first team to pin a superstar on the other team. So how did I get on? Well, I certainly need more practice, but I won a match. As someone who doesn't often play cage matches and likes to use the outside of the ring, it was a different mindset to be in. I found that when it's 2-on-1 it's tough to battle back. You've got to be smart about how you approach it, and the whole time you're counting down until your next teammate enters the ring. When you have the upper hand, it feels like child's play. And that's one of the best things about it, that sense that your match's toughness ties in with the advantage or disadvantage you have at the time with the number of superstars on your team. Of course, stamina and how much you've been worn down play their part too. But it's definitely an exciting new challenge. I'll be playing much more of this mode when the game launches. Sadly, there wasn't any my GM in the build I had, so I've no impressions of the improvements there yet. But we'll hopefully hear more about it in the coming weeks. More broadly, talking about the game now, it feels leaps ahead with the improvements to superstars in terms of movement and weight, stamina, and down to how they pause it in themselves for a move. I may have just got lucky in my sessions, but I didn't have any jarring experiences where it feels like your superstar is randomly repositioning themselves for a move. Everything just feels so much smoother. And of course, we've gotten improvements to the models of the superstars. I'd have loved to see the complete superstars list and arenas, as well as being able to nose around the menus. But a lot of those things were locked down, so they'll have to wait until next time. If you have any questions about WWE 2K23, please drop them in the comments below, and I'll try to come back to you with answers or clips. I was able to capture the majority of my gameplay from around 20 minutes in, so sadly, you won't be able to witness me thinking I was Cena for a good few minutes. But there are other things I may be able to show. Thanks again to the incredible team at 2K UK for their continued support of my content, and this exciting experience to be one of the first in the world to try the new WWE 2K23 game. Don't forget, WWE 2K23 releases on March 14th via Early Access and Standard release on March 17th, 2023. Have you got what it takes? Will you be stronger than John Cena?